growing up, I never thought about spirituality. Spirituality was something that I never even considered growing up because I was always too busy playing video games, watching anime, watching TV shows, watching Cartoon Network. Like it was never processed in my mind. It never even came up in my mind as a growing up. And meditation, I've heard, like, everyone's, as a kid, you probably heard of meditation or spirituality before, but you probably think it's like demons or like ghosts or like some nonsense that doesn't really relate to you, something that older people have to deal with, or something that just it doesn't relate to you as a kid. Like, this is something that did not interest me. Like, who cares about spirituality? Who the hell cares about it growing up? Just be honest. And it's been like, now it's a whole totally different thing where it's like spirituality is my main thing. It's where meditation has been something that's just changed my life, and changed my life so much. I had to make a video about this. This is why I'm talking to a freaking camera. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just something that's just been crazy for me, and it's a different experience. And meditation is just something. Think about it this way: meditation is, it's just being aware of what you're doing, basically. Just being aware of what your thoughts is, being aware of what consciously what you're doing in the present moment, right? And a lot of us nowadays we're not present, right? We're not present. I can catch, I know a bunch of you will pick up your phone just out of habit. Just picked it up. You didn't even get a notification. You pick it up and just to see what's going on, but you don't even know the reason why you picked it up. You just picked it up because you're like, okay, let me just go see what's happening on Instagram. You're not really conscious of. You weren't conscious of you pick it up. Let's be honest here. You were not conscious when you picked up your phone the last 2-3 times before. You probably weren't. Other than if it was like a text message or a phone call, is totally different. But if you're just out of boredom, you probably picked up your phone out of boredom many times just because you were bored. You're unconscious, and that's me. That's been me. You know what I mean? And that wasn't the reason why I got into meditation. To be honest with you, the only reason I got into meditation is because I had this really bad porn addiction. This addiction it was really eating me up for 2 years. I had this for 2 years, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know. I kept relapsing. I wanted to quit, but kept relapsing, going back, had this sense of regret, and then, saying, okay, I want to stop for like 3-4 days, and then I would go back. I would go back to giving into my craving or my urge or whatever you want to call it. And it was crazy for me. And it's like, I just kept doing this for years. It was like a cycle, never ending cycle. And then I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Like, what do I have to do to stop? What do I have to do to stop relapsing? And for me, meditation was the key. Meditation really, it's just helped me be aware of what I'm doing. So let me just break it down to you. Let me just, if you've never been addicted to it, you probably have been addicted to it, to something, but you probably might not even be aware of it. So, like, let me just break it down. When you're addicted to something, when you're addicted, this could be food, video games, TV, sex, whatever it may be, whatever it is. And while you're indulged, so basically there's a trigger, right? A trigger is whatever that, it could be anything. It could be a thing, person, whatever it may be. And this trigger makes, it basically, a trigger equals a craving. When you get a craving, it's just like, there's just this insatiable urge. This is when you have like the insatiable urge to do what you're addicted to, right? And when you're in that mode, when you have that craving, your mind goes into this automatic mode. And when you go in this automatic mode, you're in the present, but you're not really conscious of what you're doing. You're going on your phone, whatever it is. You're not really conscious of it. You know what I mean? You're not conscious of it. And that's what happens when you give in. For me, it was like I would watch porn, but I know it's not good for me. I know it's not, but I'm just not conscious of it. I'm enjoying the video, whatever it may be. And this was my problem. And when I got into meditation, literally, if you guys have never meditated before, it's literally just you focusing on your breath. So you'd focus on your breath, think about your breath going in and then going out, right? You breathe in, breathe out. I would challenge you. I guarantee you will not be able to meditate 1 to 2 minutes without your mind getting distracted something else. When I first started, my mind would think about a conversation I had 2-3 years ago, a week ago, a party that I went to before, something a girl told me last week, like anything. My mind would get distracted by anything. My mind craved problems too, because I just wanted something to think about other than my breath. You know what I mean? I can guarantee you, will not be able to meditate for 1-2 minutes just straight thinking about your thoughts without getting distracted. But the thing is, while you get distracted, that's where the juice is. That's when your brain strengthens, right? So while you meditate, just try this. Just think about it. You focus on your breath. You get distracted. then you get aware of that distraction, and then you go back to your breath. That's how your mind, specifically your frontal cortex, gets strengthened, right? There's actual part of your brain that gets strengthened when you meditate, which is crazy to me, right? And then when I'm in my addiction, my frontal cortex isn't working. My front of my brain ain't working. It's the middle part. It's the middle. That's the one responsible for all that, for my addiction, you know. But we need that part as well, like, you know. But that's the main part. The thing is, if you're an addict, especially if you're an addict, you should be meditating 1 to 2 times a day minimum. 1 to 2 times a day minimum. That's just, you just have to. You know what I mean? And if you're not, or if you're someone who's pretty conscious of what they're doing, you should still do it. You still do it 1, maybe three times a week at least. At least you should be trying it. I challenge you, just do it. And also what I want you to do, meditate for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Just focus on, there's different variations of meditation. You could do any variation, right? 5 to 10 minutes of meditation. Then you go outside. I want you to go outside and do this. Go outside and meditate. If it's winter, do it inside then. But go outside if it's hot. And then after you're done meditating, I just want you to notice the little things around you. It could be the grass, the birds chirping, the wind blowing at your face, your hair, anything. It could be anything. Well, after you meditate, I can guarantee you're gonna notice these things a lot more differently. You're just gonna become more aware of it than you did before. And it's crazy. And like the first time I did it, it was just like my mind. It just like felt like a part of my mind just opened. You know what I mean? A part of my mind just opened, and it was, I don't know, like it's just something you got to experience it, right? And literally it takes 5 to 10 minutes. This is the thing, right? It takes 5 to 10 minutes, but I guarantee you probably will not do it. You won't do it. I guarantee you probably won't. And yeah, it's just, it's unfortunate. But if you're watching this video, if anyone's watching this video, I guarantee you, try it out, do it. And if it helps you, if it doesn't help you, dislike the video. Just tell me in the comment. I'm not even gonna delete any comments. Tell me if it doesn't help you, and then it is what it is. You know what I mean? And if it didn't help you, then that's your opinion. But yeah, that's just something I want to say. So if you want to start meditating, what I would advise you to do is, what I started with is, I would just focus on my breath, right? So I would focus on my breath, breathe in, then breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, right? And I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about my breath. I'm being aware of the air that's coming in through my nostrils, and then as the air like fills up my stomach, my gut, whatever it may be, I breathe it out through my mouth, right? And this is just the key of meditation. And you could do other forms of meditation. You could do what else could you do? You could do, I know there's like a loving meditation, a physical like meditation. There's different kinds of meditations out there. So try what works for you. And yeah, that's basically what I have to say. Peace.